Alright, hey guys, what's going on? This is Greg from GamerFitNation, aka the owners on Xbox Live, and aka Witwit on PSN. Add me if you want. Alright, now today I'm here to talk to you all about a little game that we all know that is true in our hearts, that we all played on the PS2, Xbox 360, PS3 when it was out. A little game being reboot by Ninja Theory called Devil May Cry. Now, Devil May Cry has caused a lot of controversy in fans since the trailer was shown from Gamescom, and all those trailers we've seen of new Dante, how he looks, how all the signature style that he had is gone and missing. And Ninja Theory has been pretty clear that they're not gonna take their foot off the pedal, and they're gonna keep going with what they feel is right in this franchise. Now, before I begin, let me read a couple of the facts that Ninja Theory has given on Devil May Cry. Well, not really facts, but more so what they've said about the game. First of all, they said New Dante is a lot like young people today. No prospects. So, in reading that, they're basically saying that we don't really, young people don't really respect what they're doing. I mean, they don't know any better. They don't know what's good for them. That's how I kind of take that quote, and I don't see how that correlates to what they're talking about. I mean, fans have loved this game for the four times it came out. One that was really bad, two that were really good, and one that it wasn't really good, it wasn't really bad, but it was acceptable. People accepted it. And I feel that now they're taking this franchise in the drastic direction that I feel is going to be hurtful to the franchise of Devil May Cry. They're basically killing Devil May Cry in a reboot, which is sometimes impossible to do. But enough about me talking about that. Let's talk about what they've done. They've made young Dante look like a British punk. That's one. He's not white haired anymore. He has different colored hair. When one of his signature styles was his white hair that everybody knew and loved. They've completely changed his appearance, and they've actually changed an integral part of the storyline too. In previous Devil May Cries, Dante was originally the son of a demon and a human, which many of you know, Trish was based off of his mother. That's why she was such an integral part in Devil May Cry 1. Now, I know a lot of things have been said about Dante, his appearance, his whole background, and now the fact that he's a son of an angel and a demon. But what really has me worried personally is all the other characters in the universe. I mean, if this is a reboot of a prequel to the Devil May Cry franchise, because he's apparently a teenager in this game, then that brings up the question, what about Virgil? Well, how does he look? Does he look the same? I would assume he looks way different than what we're accustomed to. So that has me even more worried about the game in itself. The fact is, they've kept this storyline so much under wraps that with all the information we know now, fans are putting together a certain storyline together in their head. Like, nobody really knows how it's going to work out. I mean, we don't even... Trish, I would assume, would not be in the game, but if she is, how does that work? I mean, it would not make any sense at all. And now, I mean, the storyline, it sounds like it's not going to be the greatest game, but I can't make any predictions on that now because the game hasn't released and we haven't seen much information about it. So what I'm going to move on to what we do know from what we've seen is the Devil May Cry trailer. Now, the Devil May Cry trailer that was just released from Gamescom showcases some of the gameplay in the game, with some combat, and it shows Dante using the scythe and his sword and his guns, ebony and ivory, which we don't even know if that's the name of his guns now, because so much stuff has changed. So they could have changed the name of his guns too. But for what I've seen, the gameplay in Devil May Cry looks like a solid Devil May Cry gameplay. I mean, I have no complaints about it, just for the fact, maybe for the fact they only showed a few combos and it kind of looks similar. But the gameplay in Devil May Cry is going to be Devil May Cry. What fans are most worried about is the storyline. And I feel if the storyline in this game is not at its best, there's going to be a ton of people that are just going to be heated and upset at Capcom. You have no idea. It's already going to be bad, and if it gets any worse, I don't know what's going to happen.
So what does this mean? This means that even though fans may buy the game and may like it and may hate it, it's a Devil May Cry game, and just by name alone, Devil May Cry is going to sell thousands upon thousands of copies, maybe even millions upon millions of copies. Who knows? We can't predict the sales. We can only make assumptions about what we know. For my closing remarks, I have this to say. I believe that the reboot of Devil May Cry by Ninja Theory will be a decent game at best. And if I'm wrong, I will make another video playing the game and actually enjoying the game for you all to see. And I will take back everything I said currently about the game. Now, that's going to be very hard to do. And before we go, I ask that you all stay a little bit after the video because I have something exclusive to show you. I'll say that at the least. But as always, please leave comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like my video, if you hated the video, or what your thoughts are on Dante and his new appearance, his new storyline, and what's going on in the life of Devil May Cry Dante. And I guarantee you, I'm going to say this. If Dante's father Spot were alive, he would be appalled by what they've done with his son's storyline. And with that said, everybody, this is the Gregory Laporte, executive editor for GamerFitNation, aka the owners, aka Whitwood on PSN. And this is me telling you all have a good day and a good night. Peace. Alright guys, I just got the exclusive screenshot for Virgil and Devil May Cry. Here it is. Check it out. Alright, now just in case you guys didn't catch the joke, that wasn't actually Virgil and Devil May Cry. That was actually Billy Idol. But it's kind of funny though. Billy Idol with those red eyes looks a lot more like Dante than Dante does in Devil May Cry.